Hello everyone, it's Olga from SEO Sly. Welcome to SEO Podcast by SEO Sly. This is our weekly interview. Today I have a very special guest, Andre from SEO Video. I think this is the best guest to have on my newly published SEO YouTube channel. So I hope Paul will help me a little bit and answer some of my questions. So hi Paul.
Olga, good morning from California.
Oh, good morning from Poland. Yeah, good evening from Poland. I think we are like many hours apart. So I'm very happy to have you here.
Olga, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing me on. Such a pleasure.
Yeah, it's such a pleasure for me too. Yeah, I think I once was on your show and it was so cool. I think a lot of people like this episode with me, and yeah, it was fun. Now it's time for you to be my guest. So yeah, let's get started. If there is a person, oh yeah, I like that. Maybe one day I will have such effects too. We'll see.
Love it.
Okay, so if there is someone who doesn't know you, but I don't think there are such people in the SEO video sphere, but if there are, can you briefly introduce yourself to the audience?
Of course. Hey, everyone. My name is Andre de Vera, a.k.a. Dre, and I am the host of the SEO Video Show, where I curate SEO videos released in the past week into about 1-minute clips. And then I also have a very special guest who I bring on and interview their SEO journey and SEO strategies.
Yeah, okay, great, thanks. So I want to dive into a bit of your experience when you started SEO. How did it all start? What year? How many years have you been doing that? Tell me all about it.
Love it. I'm going to take you over 20 years back. So I started SEO back when I was in college. In college, I was a club promoter. And when I was a club promoter, I didn't have enough money to promote my parties. So when I was doing events, I had people sign up on the guest list through my website. When people search for San Francisco nightlife, San Francisco parties, San Francisco clubs, I was ranking really well back then for those terms. And my parties were really doing really well. And then from there, I actually became, I got enough money and I started a clothing line business called Filthy Dripped. And at the time, we're talking about back in 2005, 2006, I was ranking #1 for streetwear. And being #1 for streetwear on Google got me so much attention, I was able to get my brand into over 200 stores. And then from there, back in 2008, here in the US, the market started slowing down. And by 2010, a lot of our business became more online than having, on our actual real store. So, and then things just started slowing down. And that's what I felt like I needed to get a job. I was like, okay, this is not making me enough money at where I need to. Having a clothing line is fun, but at the time it wasn't paying that much bills because, I had partners as well. So I had, that's one thing I had to look out for. So by 2010, I got into enterprise SEO, which is where I'm at now. I do a lot of enterprise SEO consulting, and within the enterprise, I've worked with huge companies like SAP, Workday, Anaplan. And so those are some companies that I currently work with right now.
Wow, so I didn't know you were 20 years into SEO, so you're a real veteran when it comes to SEO. I think you recently, if I remember correctly from LinkedIn, you recently changed your job, right? Am I correct?
Yes. So I'm currently, I right now I want to go back into startup. I came from a company called Workday, and I felt like, when you're at a huge company like Workday, sometimes it gets a little slow to get things done. I mean, you can still do a lot of work, but when you work at a startup, you can get things done almost immediately. I'm talking about when sometimes it'll take maybe months at a huge company, will take only maybe a week at a smaller company. And when you get that as an SEO, there's so much gratification because you can see results a lot more faster. You can get a lot more things done. And I can talk about some of the things I'm doing where I'm dominating page 1 on Google.
Wow. So talking about dominating page 1, I think this is the question you always ask. How do you rank 1? Can you tell me, how do you do that? What's your recipe for that?
My recipe is traditionally just writing that semantic content, right? Analyzing what's on there, using your favorite content optimizer and making sure it's well optimized and making sure you have it getting crawled. There's one thing where, people can put out sites, pages out there, but if that's not getting indexed, not getting crawled, if the backlinks that you're pointing to are not getting indexed as well, I mean, those backlinks don't really matter. So one of the things of what I go to is go to Google. I use analyze the SERPs first, see what's there, put out an outline for my content writer, put it out, create a video. This is where I can talk a little more on this. This is part of my little secret sauce. Create a video exactly of what the optimized content is, and then publish both on Google and on your website and on YouTube, and you can still watch the magic happen.
Wow, and you of course embed the video in your content, right?
Not necessarily. So this is something where both of you, and I mean, I actually talk about this in the SEO in 2023 book. I believe you are also in that contributing author in there. So this is here's a kind of brief overview of the strategy that I talk about in that book. Basically, Google can actually see or read the content within the video, right? So when this is my experiment I did. I took my page 1 blogs, totally read the whole thing word for word, and published a video, and now the video and the blog are both on page 1 of Google. I could give you some live examples right now. If you search VPN alternative, if you search zero trust automation, if you search cloud infrastructure security, you can see like all this page 1 with a video and the blog dominating page 1 pixels.
Wow, that's nice. This is something similar I've been doing, but I haven't created a lot of content like this, but I think a couple of posts on my blog where I simply answered some question in the form of a blog post and embedded video, and I interlinked both the video and the blog post. And actually on the first page, I'm also having my blog post and a video. So there's definitely something to that strategy.
Yes, there is definitely. And that's something I've been implementing because a lot of us SEOs, we all know the recipe to get on page 1, right? We can get a blog on page 1. I mean, if you understand the basics of SEO, getting your content optimized and, having the right backlinks or whatever it is and doing your interlinking. But that's just one listing, right? You want to get as much listings right now because even the video carousel takes above the fold. I mean, your first listing may be below the fold because of ads and maybe even the video carousel. And so with a video, having your video up as well, you can take the bottom of the fold and above the fold and bottom of the fold with a video and a blog post.
Yeah, exactly. Because now it is not your position that matters, but your placement, where on that page you are placed, not necessarily what position you are holding.
Exactly.
Okay, so if you were to tell me what's your specialty, something you feel best at SEO, what would it be? Would it be an enterprise SEO?
Exactly. So enterprise SEO is really traditionally different than someone that's doing local SEO, someone that's doing being an SEO consultant, because you become the go-to person within the company. You have to set up the processes. You have to get the buy-in of all your stakeholders. You have to work with your PR department, your dev department, your content marketing department. So these are all the relationships that you have to build within the company and become that educator. Because sometimes at big companies as well, SEO still is a black box. I mean, if you look at current job descriptions of enterprise companies that are looking for an SEO, they want someone that can educate other employees, your other workmates on the topic of SEO, because sometimes people just don't understand it. So, I'll tell you this. I've been in SEO for such a long time where they group SEO and SEM, that skill set together. So when I was at SAP, I was the SEO SEM manager. I was at a company called Smart Recruiters. I was the SEO SEM director. And then here I was at Workday, I'm the search marketing global lead. And where I'm doing both. So I'm handling both. So being able to, I believe in the enterprise industry, you have to at least have a knowledge of understanding how PPC and SEO work together. And that's kind of a skill set that a lot of people look for. That's why it's kind of hard when companies they ask a lot when they don't understand hey, those are two different disciplines. But I've just been in the game for such a long time that I can actually do both pretty well.
Wow, that's nice. I used to do both, but I think since 2016 I gave up on PPC totally. So I don't think I don't even know what's going on right now, to be honest.
Right now, if you have the same, there's basic principles too, but again, sometimes there's that auto bidding, there's all that stuff where you have to really, I kind of turn off. I like working things manually. I mean, but if you're working with huge budgets, you'll be using certain, automation programs to help you do the auto bidding and stuff like that. But the one thing that when you think about when doing PPC and SEO is having them work together, right? If you know that you can't rank for a keyword organically, like really quickly, or I mean, like if it's just, the competition is really hard, hey, then maybe that'll be the keyword for your PPC program. If there are some, you want to increase the click-through rate on some of your blogs or your product pages, that's where you can test your meta titles. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so like there are definitely ways to make them both work together.
Yes.
Yeah. So my kind of vision, kind of the way I imagined enterprise SEO was more like, because I wasn't I wasn't like SEO manager in the past, but I also worked a lot with global huge brands. But my vision of that was that it is tough to get anything implemented, and usually when you crawl a site, the site may have like a couple of millions URLs. You probably will need Jet Octopus to do that. So that was kind of my the way I viewed that. But you're saying about those processes that this is like definitely way more than I think an SEO may imagine there is.
Exactly. I mean, you become like the expert in the company. So you're actually educating, basically like what I'm doing, like say for the SEO video show, how I'm helping other marketers learn about SEO. I'm actually creating internal videos for my marketing company for our brand. Like, let's say like, okay, so I'll use our own blog and show an example, like this is what we need to do. And, using our own content ourselves within our internal videos is something that, someone like me or even other people. And I'm getting some, these are some ideas for other enterprise SEOs out there. If you guys are not doing this, this is exactly what I do at huge companies. Because when you create videos, it's easier to follow. And when you get new content marketers, they can actually just watch it. And I get good feedback on it.
Yeah, sure. So you do SEO video, you work, you have this job, and is there something else you do, like affiliate websites, like your own clients?
Yeah, so I do some SEO consulting, but I don't do any affiliates. It's something I actually do want to kind of get into, but you can just only do so much.
Yeah,
if you have a full-time job, I mean, with the SEO video show, I mean, I'm here like it takes some time to put together too, right? Because I have an actual show where I actually have a script and I have to kind of write that all together. But I kind of pick and choose your what you love doing and what pays the bills.
Yeah, exactly. So I also been trying to get like seriously into affiliate SEO for a long time, but still I always have so many other things that I either do it very slowly or I have to put it off. So unfortunately, yes, there is just that many hours.
Yeah, whatever you have fun doing. I mean, like whatever you love doing, do it. I mean, even for this show, like let's say like I did my SEO video show for fun. And I wasn't getting paid for it. And then after a while, I was getting sponsorships, and then even the Google AdSense started picking up a little bit. And I was like, oh wow, I'm actually getting paid for this now. So it's like, do whatever you love doing, and it'll eventually pay off.
Sure. So tell me, like, when did you start SEO video? How you get started? Like, why did you decide to start it? Like, what were the beginnings where your show is right now? I think it's starting to really pick up now, right?
Yeah, so I started about 2 years ago. It's about 2 years old. It's something, again, one of the things that one of the outcomes of being in stuck at home from the whole pandemic stuff, and I wanted to create something where I can still network with others, being able to talk to others, because I mean, being stuck at home can get pretty lonely. And if you have at least a hobby and you kind of like able to connect to the outside world, and I was able to do that through my show, the SEO Video Show, and I knew nothing about live streaming at all, like nothing. But I do have a background in multimedia and graphic design. That was my degree in college. So that's something I kind of like, building websites back in 1997 was my thing in college. And I decided to kind of bring all that back, on the whole photography, because I actually had all the lights already. I mean, these lights are like really, really old, but hey, they still work because they don't expire. But they're just stored in my garage. They're just stored in my closet with some cameras. I actually had to update my cameras, and so I pulled all out my cameras. I had like 3 digital cameras where I kind of plugged it all in, and then just kind of like bought a course on live streaming. Just one course, went through it, did some practice for about maybe a month and a half before I actually did my very, very first episode. So if you look at my very first episode on the SEO Video Show, I actually was working on practicing, learning everything to do about a month previous to that. So that's when it actually all started. It started during the pandemic, just because I want to be able to connect to the world, be able to learn, and have something to show for it, right? And now, like, it's like I'm proud of what it's become, and I'm happy that I can help others.
Yeah. Then how many subscribers are you at now?
I mean, I'm still relatively small. I'm like a little over 4,000, I think 4,200. But that's within the past 2 years. I know when you traditionally look at other YouTube channels that grows, I believe it takes 6 months to get over 1,000. Or it takes a few months, like over maybe like I can't remember the actual number of getting over 1,000, getting monetized, and getting to 4,000 hours. I think it's like 18 months, right? I think if you kind of Google it, it goes, how long does it take to get monetized and get 1,000 subscribers? I think it's like 18 months, just organically growing. I was able to do it within 6 months, and through doing SEO again. I was able to use SEO, being able to invite all my friends, and using other networks. I was using Facebook, I was using LinkedIn. So that's kind of the thing where, I mean, no PPC, but I do some Google ads. So I started to get into Google ads, and if you think about it, I don't know if not a lot of people know about this. Like when you do Google ads and you do some retargeting of your own properties on Google, you're paying like maybe half a cent per view, and these are your people. So it's a great way to, like, if those who are having a Google AdWords account, connect your YouTube channel to your AdWords account, and make sure you retarget every property you have, because you can be only paying half a cent, even a penny is like good, like for people that actually know you, that you can retarget, that you can always bring back and help grow your channel.
Wow, that's a very nice tip. A knowledge bomb, I think you can.
Oh, there we go. Let me drop a knowledge on for you.
Yeah.
Let's see. Was this one? Wrong button. wrong button. Wrong button. Oh man, I think. Oh man, I don't have my code here, because
you don't have knowledge bombs today.
I know I have it somewhere, but it's there. I'll give you an air horn.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, so can you tell me more about your SEO tactics? Like, I think most of your episodes are only like interviews. Do you have like some tutorial based episodes? I don't think.
No, I mean, I do break up. So the best thing about doing video, which is why I always tell others to, hey, if you're going to create content, and create video content, because you can always cut it up. You can do other things. You can pull the sound. You can, like right now, like when I talk about like, in 1 minute or less, tell me how you rank on Google. You know why I do that? It's so I can create shorts. Yeah. That's an automatic short.
Yeah.
And then before shorts came out, I was doing the, how to become an SEO professional. And that I was able to like kind of also cut out into smaller pieces and help promote the other episodes. So that's one of the things I do. I kind of use like small parts and chunks. That's why I have segments in my video, so I can actually pull those out to create some snippets and snackable content.
Oh, maybe I will look into that as well.
Yes, no, try it.
Yeah, maybe I will. And do you like optimize the titles, the descriptions? Like, do you believe in those like tags, whatever?
Yes. I'll tell you this. This is something where when people talk about SEO for video SEO, there's two parts. There's SEO for video, and there's video for SEO. What you and I were talking about earlier was video for SEO, like how getting our videos ranked on Google, like how we do that. Like that's one part of it, video SEO. But the other part is video SEO for video, basically YouTube SEO, because there's two different search engines. You have Google and YouTube, so there's two different SEO tactics for each one of them. Let's talk about Google first, since we were kind of talking about that. So video for SEO, that you want to get your videos ranking on Google, right? So what are the traditional methods? We talked about making sure we fill out our everything out there, that the meta titles, descriptions, because Google can't pull that, but it's all about the content within your video. So make sure that's what it is to get ranked on Google. The content of your video, the title, and basically how many times the external links, the sharing, the social network sharing, all that good stuff, the embeds, that's all counts as links. So that'll get you ranking on Google. So that's SEO for video. Oh, that's video for video for SEO.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about SEO for video. So now this is we're talking about that's YouTube SEO now. So now if you want to get ranking on YouTube, there's so many different other factors. You know, you're talking about like the keywords again. You're talking about the click-through rates. So you have to pay attention to your thumbnail because your thumbnail will attract them to click on your thumbnail. So you get the click-through rate. Then your average view duration, like how long are they watching your videos? So that's something that you have to really pay attention to. That's why you got to get them hooked. Like within my videos, you see me doing all these different movements. You see me doing all these animations. There's a purpose. It's to keep your attention, to keep you involved within the video, so you don't click off of it, right? So that's one of the things. And when you talk about also optimizing, there's different search engines within YouTube. You have the people also watch, you have the hashtag search engine, and then you have the suggested search engine, and then you have like the regular search engine. So the regular search engine, it's all about the keywords, having the keywords in the right place, getting your keywords within your timestamps and stuff like that. And then there's a hashtag search engine. If you click on the hashtag, a whole different videos will show up in the hashtag algorithm. So make sure you have to include up to 3 hashtags within your description. And then you'll see it show up within the hashtag search engine. And then there's also people also watched. There's a reason why I link out to other videos, because when people watch other videos from my channel, like they'll say like when they watch that video, they'll say, hey, they also watch my video, right? So that's why you want to link out to other videos just right there. And then, of course, the suggested search engine, which is like the gold mine. That there's a lot of speculation on how that can happen, but there's some things that I've seen that work was like, videos being within playlists obviously works, because if you share a link with your video in a playlist, it'll suggest all that, right? You'll suggest all that, suggest all the videos within a playlist. And if you kind of like think about it that way, maybe, if you kind of if you create a playlist with other videos and your videos, you can mess around there. You can do some tests there. I'm not saying, that's what, that you can do some tests there and try that out and include your videos in there. But one thing I know that actually worked was when I talked about YouTube video ads, right? There's a section within the Google ads where you can place your videos on other videos. So if I placed my video, I put the video ads placing my video under other videos, and I've seen it after also become suggested on the suggested search engine, because they've I've actually put my video ads. It's not even ads, so it's like organic, but I actually do like a in-feed video ad within someone else's video. Then you can actually kind of build some momentum that way.
That's interesting. And does this kind of advertising is it like expensive?
No, this is what I said. It's like pennies. You're talking about 1 cent, 2 cents.
Pennies?
Pennies.
Okay. I thought you were talking about that. This is like a different because
same thing.
you're
Google ads.
retargeting your own audience.
Yeah. So you can actually but you can also even target placement. So you can place your videos, or you can retarget, but it gets cheaper when you retarget. But they're still cheaper when you actually do placements. Views, the most I paid for a view on my advertising, I believe it's like 3 cents a view. So I mean, yeah. So it's really cost effective. I don't think that many people are doing it, but hey, I'm dropping the this value bomb for your audience. Let me see if I can find the right button. That's wrong button. Hold on. Let me look for my. I have to find my sheet because I don't know if I showed you before, because I have over 80 buttons that that are not labeled. So it's visual. It's visual. So I have.
How do you do that on lives? You never you always press the right one.
Yeah, because I do have a cheat sheet where I have a cheat sheet. So I have it there, but I don't have it. I don't know where it's at. But yeah.
We'll try in a second.
Well, I can do the visual, because the thing is, if I do this right here, that's a knowledge bomb, right? That's the visual, but I need to sync it when I'm on other productions. It's a little different. You didn't hear that, right? Did you hear something or no?
No, I just saw it.
Yeah, so that's why there are two different systems that we're using, because if have my production, you can hear it, but when I'm in your production, it's a little different.
Okay, I see. You definitely have a more complex setup than I do.
Well, did you see? This is how have I showed you how my setup looks like? Let me see if I can show you my screen here. So this is how my let
Please
me see,
do.
this button. So this is how my screen looks like when I do my production. This is like even when I'm doing it with you. So this is where I can show you like how every single scene of when I do the videos for other people.
It's complicated.
Yeah, so that's my production screen. So that's exactly like what I do for the actual show when I do.
Wow, I only like see StreamYard. So, yeah, I have a question, a follow-up question to that. Do you think does it matter if I upload subtitles, or can I like skip this and just set the language?
Well, I mean subtitles, or are you talking about closed captioning,
to be honest, I think I don't know what I mean.
Well, the subtitles basically uploading with the transcripts, right? Like what you were saying. Okay, so there's something where obviously Google can read it themselves, right? They can actually read themselves, but they'll have some errors. But the one thing I love doing by uploading your own subtitles is because you get that extra icon that no other video will have.
Yeah.
The CC, so you kind of stick out a little more. So you're providing more information for YouTube and for Google. So it's just another way to stick out from a regular video. And do that. So which is why I always do that. But for the most part, I do it because I upload the subtitles on other networks, like on Twitter, LinkedIn, and I always every platform. I share a link to the video, but when I put a video on YouTube on Twitter or on LinkedIn, I actually upload a video there because it'll be like in their content system, and so it doesn't get like demoted or like that, right? Because if you upload a video on theirs, upload it to their system, whatever system you want to be in, and then just link to whatever your YouTube link or whatever like that.
Yeah, I think there is now some limit on Twitter, right? But it's going to be changed, right?
I think so. I think right now you can do up to 2 minutes. So that's where I would kind of like do like the clips and stuff like that and record, when we do the clips there. But then I'll link to the actual video.
But when it comes to like Google understanding your video, like Google understands the video. So do you think it is like a critical thing for those closed captions? Because I'm still kind of.
If I don't have any time, I don't worry about it. So it's like it's one of those things where it's like, because Google can already read it themselves, but the great thing about being able to I think what's more important are the timestamps, because that's where you can actually include your keywords, or you have a title. You're creating like a subtitle for each section of your video. Like these are like your subheadings, right? When you have these timestamps, so that's where you can include your keyword within each one of those timestamps. Yes.
Okay, so with that maybe And how about those engagement metrics? How can I optimize for them? So I can like have a nice thumbnail. I can have some special effects. Is there something else I can do?
Okay, well, let's start from the top, right? It's all about capturing the audience, right? It's like in the first you capture the audience within the first 3 seconds. If someone look at your thumbnail, how are they going to capture you? So if you I say always look at your space, your audience. Like when I was looking at the SEO space, I tried to make sure I'm the only like purple blue icon, right? So I could stick out, because like if you see everyone doing black icons, dark ones, and you do a red one, your red one will actually pop out. So that's a quick visual. So play with the colors, like pick a color, like Matt Diggity has green, and then Neil Patel has orange. So I was like, okay, what color like I should pick? So I picked like kind of purple and blue and pink, just so it can be kind of brighter. So color wise, make sure your thumbnail pick a color theme for your channel, and that will actually at least pop out within our industry. Like, that's something that you can at least, because if people are searching for SEO, you obviously the videos will show up, but how will your stick out? After that, right? How are you gonna get them to, once they click on your channel, on your video, the first thing they will hear is your first few seconds, the first 3 seconds. So that's when you have to drop your whatever the value is you're going to give them, right? You drop the value right away within the first 3 to 5 seconds, so they'll stick to it. And then that's when you can kind of how do you get them to continue on? How do you get them to read the description so they can click your affiliate links or whatever it is? But that's kind of like what you want them to do. So you want to guide them through the process within every single part of your video, and have some calls to action. So like I always tell like other SEOs, a great skill to have is becoming researching copywriting, right? Great copywriting, like being able to like write those great meta titles and titles and copywriting are just go really well when it comes to SEO.
So you are saying the first 3 seconds. So it looks like so far I've been doing it wrong, because my first, I think, 3 or 5 seconds is simply like black screen with SEO podcast, then like title, and after I think 4 seconds there is me talking. So I should like straight jump to me saying like, in this episode you will learn this, and then have those.
Yes, that's exactly what you should be doing right now. So let them know right away, and then cut to whatever it is. There's like, if you look at some of the videos that like I was talking about, like, so when I actually create content videos, that's exactly what I do. I kind of like let them know what you're gonna learn, and then I go into like a quick intro. Right now, if even my live streams, right, the first thing I do is like, today's topics, we'll be talking about this, this, and this with our very special guest, and then I kind of let the music play or whatever and stuff like that, and and remember, Google can also read the images, or YouTube can also read the text on your video. So that's why you should also put like the topics on there. That's why I always have the topics, and I also put the names within on screen while I say it.
And do you think it matters, like, if your description is like as long as it can be? I think it can be like 2,000 characters right now.
Yeah, it can be, but I use the descriptions for different reasons. I mean, I'll repeat the keyword, whatever I'm going after in there, but for the most part, I use it for I was talking about earlier, the hashtag search engine. I put my hashtags in there. That's very important. And then I kind of link out to other videos to make sure I can get people also watch videos in there. So, and then of course I'll put in the description of the video and stuff, description of the guest and stuff like that. But that's pretty much what I do. And of course the timestamps. That's another important part, to make sure you have your timestamps in there.
Okay, yeah. So I've learned so much. I think I have a lot of homework to do. And what are like the common mistakes that people do when it comes to SEO, YouTube SEO video, like?
I'd say, like, right now, common mistakes, what people are doing, I believe, the tags don't really mean too much. Like, there's a hashtag algorithm, but the tags right now, like, are something like I put in there, but I don't really pay attention too much. The actual just tags in there, it's like, but obviously, if YouTube is using it there's a reason why they're there. So just put something there, at least what makes a difference. But the more important part, where people are clicking on, are hashtags. Going back to like, even like other cool things is that if you put your hashtags above in the description, you can click on it without them even clicking the description, or if you put some certain links. And that's, one thing you can do. But one thing that I feel like, some advice that people always give is like, publish constantly or whatever like that. It's not really about the content. I really believe it's about the consistency. Maybe if it's once a week, the same time, because when you tell people that, you can get the most engagement. That's what you want. You want the most engagement on the video when you first release it within the first 24 hours. So that's why I said, hey, my show's always been on Friday, so I can get the most engagement, like, as much as possible. Like, this is a certain time. This is time to come on. So within that first 24 hours, they can at least come and see it right away. So that's one of the things. It's not about publishing a ton of videos, but it's about publishing at a consistent schedule that you can get the most engagement on.
Okay, because this was supposed to be my next question. Like, should I publish every day? Will it be like better? Because I think I was able to publish every day for a month or something, and actually I gained a bunch of new subscribers, but then I kind of ran out of videos, and I had to like I think I had like 2-week break. Now I'm trying to do three per week, and it's kind of starting to pick up, but I really saw a huge difference when I was doing it every day.
Yeah,
so.
if you're gonna publish every day, publish every day. But
yeah, hard. But it's kind of tricky.
Exactly. So I mean, I can only publish maybe twice a week. So I try to keep it consistent. I publish every Monday and I publish every Friday. So it's like kind of like one of the things I kind of always do. Like, you'll have always those things, and having that constant schedule and being able to promote it that way, again, you'll get the most engagement within that time frame of when you publish.
Okay, and do you have like newsletter subscribers?
That's what I'm trying to build. That's what I'm trying to do. Like, so I do right now. I mean, I should be promoting it a lot more, but I do like the I go, if you want weekly recaps, because I have someone helping me kind of pull out all the knowledge bombs. Every time I hit the knowledge bomb, I have them trying to extract that, and so I have this written up every week. But I don't know. I don't have any time to send it out. But I do upload it, and I know I'm missing out on that opportunity there. But yes, that's building an email list of at least the recaps, right? Because people that don't have time to watch the whole thing, at least I'll pull up all the knowledge bombs for them.
That would be like, I think, super useful. Yeah,
Mhm.
having all those knowledge, Bob. I think you you have you have gained a ton of them over those. How many episodes do you have?
Yeah, I'm at I think 116 now. 116.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, and
116.
you are always like every Friday. There's always a live, right?
Yes, always alive. And then, I mean, there's some times where I had a guest not show up, so I have to
Yeah,
do
I
a job.
remember once. I think it was Bruce Clay who was like
Yeah,
having
yeah,
a fire or something.
yeah. He had a
Yeah, I
fire.
remember.
So I was like, hey, just ask me anything. I'll answer your questions, whatever. But yeah, but I'll go on. I mean, again, you learn from your mistakes because I mean, like when I first started, there's one time when my internet went out. I was like, oh no, or no, not my internet. My guest internet went out, so I panicked, right? I panicked, and so I just shut down the live. And so now from that, I was like, okay, that was not a good idea. I could have just kept on going, but I was still new. I was nervous, and I was like,
Uh-huh.
okay, this time if something happens like that, I have a panic button where it'll play music. So okay, let's
Okay.
wait and like how is everyone doing? So I have the music button that will go on when something like that will happen.
Yeah, I think one of your guests was also like breaking up very badly. Which one was it? I think it was this from the UK. What was his name?
There's a bunch.
Yeah.
There's a few times where, and that's when you learn like you kind of just don't interrupt them because if you can actually hear them, uh, let's get the knowledge out, right? And like just let them keep on talking. But when it's breaking up, yeah, it can be a little hard, and I can like we'll say something. But there are some times where the video will pause for like maybe 2-3 minutes, but the audio will be okay. So like I'll keep them talking. I won't like interrupt them until they're finished and let them know, hey, I think your video's not working.
Yeah, I had that already a few times because I have already like interviewed a bunch of people and
Uh,
it was happening. But yeah, I kept my mouth shut.
yeah.
Okay, and can you share some tips regarding doing lives? Because I may want to try to do them one day, but I have no idea what should I be like doing, avoiding, thinking of.
Yes. When you're doing lives, again, when you do lives, make sure you promote it. Like promote it ahead of time. Let people know that you are going live so you can get the most. Because again, it's all about engagement. So if when you get live viewers commenting and stuff like that, that's a great way to get some engagement. So make sure you always promote your live ahead of time. I usually kind of schedule out, maybe a week, 2 weeks in advance of my next coming guest, and I'll send it to my guests so they can kind of promote it if they want to. I don't like require it or anything, but if they're nice enough, they will. But I'm promoting it for sure. I'm like, hey, this is coming up next week. So that's one thing you should be doing. So having that, it should be something you should be doing. And again, we kind of talk about this live. It's all about authenticity. So don't worry about when you mess up, right? When things happen, things will happen. Like I think that's why people love enjoying lives because you never know what's gonna happen. Your dog may
Yeah,
bark. I remember your pet came flying in the
yeah.
back of your seat. So I mean, that's some awesome stuff. That's some great content, like stuff like that. That's the great stuff. So never feel bad or make sure just embrace it. When something happens, embrace it, and it'll be fun because you can laugh about it and stuff like that. So that's always a great thing. And let's see other things about live. I feel like it'll be a little tough when there's silence, right? It can because that's when like if there's silence, try to say something. If you can kind of pick up that your guest is gonna kind of get like doesn't know what to say, help them out, right? You want to help them out or
Uh-huh.
or kind of come in just because that silence can be like a little when it's live people are like okay they may hear
What
the
next?
yeah yeah
But you have
that's
all
yeah
those buttons at least.
I know. I know. Yeah, exactly. So like, yeah, that's. Oh my god, I can't find my cheat sheet for my buttons. But yeah, I'll be doing so much of them right now because if not, I've been uh, pressing the wrong buttons again.
Okay, and lives, a huge advantage of lives is that you don't have to do any editing
Yeah.
afterwards
So
because
I mean, if one of the things that you should think about your lives is that you plan it out. You have to plan it out so you can you'll know the content right away. What you do to like what you're doing to even right now, you kind of sense over kind of a plan and stuff like that. Like that's what I do with all my guests too. Like
Mhm.
so, you have a plan, you have an agenda to go towards, and then with lives. You respect the guest's time or stuff like that. So you actually put the times like how where you want to go. So like when you're coming over time, you see the times like, oh wow, we're at 12, half the hour now. Make sure you go on to the next thing just so you can make sure you stay
Mhm.
within that certain time limits. Yes.
Yeah, okay, because now I haven't done any live yet, so I do some editing, especially with my weekly SEO recaps.
Mhm.
And it gets so frustrating because it takes me a few hours to edit a video that's like, I don't know, 15 minutes long, and I still I keep hearing myself saying which irritates me so much, so I tend to like remove all of those and
Mhm.
it's kind of, and I'm wondering, like, on a live, I'm unable to do that. Will people be like, I don't know, irritated by that? Is it like a normal thing?
No, I mean it's a normal thing for sure. But again, it's one of the things that you'll get over when you're practicing, when you do it a lot of
Uh-huh.
times. When you're practicing, when you're doing more like this, like right now, you're doing awesome right now. I don't think you have to edit this video. Just go ahead and put it live.
I will, yeah. I think with interviews, because I am the person who speaks less, so I usually I just edit the intro and outro, and
Yeah.
because yeah, that would take me a week to edit this out. And
But that
about, yeah.
no, it does take practice. Like for me to remove my ahs, ums, you knows, and so's, all those filler words, I actually went through a club called Toastmasters, and it was a
Uh-huh.
public speaking club where you learn how to remove your ahs, ums, you knows, and you kind of practice speaking. When you do an interview show every week, you're speaking a lot, right? So you kind of practice this and you'll notice these things. So always watching and looking, giving yourself your own feedback by watching your own videos, you'll be able to catch it. As long as you know that you're saying it, you'll remember it next time.
I'm trying not to say it. Okay, so maybe I will be able to do that. And about video editing, do you do video editing for yourself
Yes. So my video editing right now
or
is
shorts mainly?
yeah. Anything that's really like I'm just doing simple cuts. Like I'm the cut here. But I do have editors when I do video content for like like companies, because I cut in stock footage.
Mm-hmm.
I record myself in different angles. So like it cuts to the side view, cuts to my camera here
Mm-hmm.
and camera over here or whatever it is, just so I have different angles. But that takes a lot of time. That can take a whole day of editing.
Yeah.
Like a 20-minute video can take like a day or maybe even a day or two, just by finding the right stock image or stock video, finding that being able to line things up. Yeah. So that takes a lot of time, which I don't have.
Yeah, and your video just froze, but I wasn't supposed to be saying that, but the audio was okay.
Okay. There you
So
go.
yeah, okay. What was and do you like offer SEO video services as well? SEO video, YouTube SEO,
No,
whatever.
I am the first. Yeah, I mean, with my client, if any of the clients I consult for, I always tell them like I promote videos all the time. So, I mean, I always say, hey, create your video content, and I optimize it for them and stuff like that. But it all comes in within the clients I work with. I'm more an enterprise SEO consultant, so like I only work with certain types of businesses, and it's kind of funny you mentioned that, because last night I got a call for someone that wanted SEO, and I was like, thinking about, like, how'd you get my number? And I do have my own Google business profile up. And so they actually called it. I was like, oh, yeah, well, I actually do. I mean, I can help you out right now. I was helping him, like, what he should need to do. But I was like, he's like, oh, so you only do it for large businesses? Well, I mean, there's different types of SEOs out there. So, I mean, you're a local business. It's not really my specialty, but, I can help you, like, with the basics. And, I wouldn't even charge you. He's like, oh, really? So I was talking to him for, a few minutes on there, like what he needs to do, like, how to register his business on Google and, business.google.com and all that good stuff.
And
Yeah.
after this episode airs, you can expect to have a lot of calls with people for
for free advice.
free. Yeah.
I'm here to help anyone out. But yeah, I do get calls. I mean, my number's out there. Like, that's one thing I do with also my my own entity online, right? I make sure, like, I'm a real person. I put my real number everywhere, attached to my company. You can you can reach a hold of me, and my address is the right address. This is something like actually like really put out there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think I remember from your videos you said you read a lot of books, right? Can you recommend
Yes.
some recent books, maybe on SEO or something around SEO?
Yes, of course. So some books right now that I totally recommend for others. If you want to get the explain, like, how the value of SEO, basically this one by Andrew Holland is a great one to talk about. So this is a great book and it's really digestible for people you want to share with. Another one, if you're like, again, I'm coming from an enterprise SEO, is the Executive SEO book here by Jessica Bowman. So this is another one for those who want to get into more of the enterprise and in-house SEO. And The Mastering In-House by by Blu-ray also is a great one. This is another great one here for those that are actually want to get into enterprise SEO. And of course, Eli Schwartz book, Product Led SEO, is a great one if you want to get. I mean, I'm coming again from this enterprise SEO, so these are kind of books that kind of relate to me if you want to get to the field. And of course, you got to get the SEO in 2022 book and 2023 book because you and I are both in it. We dropped some great knowledge bombs in those. So guys, if you don't have the SEO in 2022 book, I do have a few more to give away if you guys want some. So if anyone wants to, if they're in the US, if you have any your viewers in the US, shoot me an email, dre@seo.video. I have about 3 more books left of this one to give away, and I'll mail it to you for free. So just send me an email, dre@seo.video, that you found me on SEO Sly, and I will mail it to you for free.
That's nice. And I think we are both hosts of the live launch of SEO in 2023. I think,
yes, I believe
December the 5th or 6th?
6th,
yeah.
I think 6th.
Yeah. Okay, so can you tell me how does your day look like? Like, you are an early bird, right?
Yeah, early bird. So I'm very true when it comes to consulting because like I do have if I have a job or anything like that, I really give my hours to the company. Like I don't cheat my company that I work for, anything like that. So I wake up early and I work on client stuff. Like between I wake up around 5 a.m. and then supposedly start time when business starts here is around 9 a.m. So I have 4 hours where I'm working on client work from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. And then also after 5 p.m. So when I wake up, client work, personal projects, 9 to 5 is all my, the company I'm with. And then after, again, it can be more of client work and personal projects, and then sleep.
So it looks like, 12 hours or more?
Yeah. No, I mean, the thing is, if you have fun with what you're doing, you're going to love doing it. Like it's something like, I feel like it's a hobby. I love doing this. It's like you're solving a puzzle, right? Like when you're doing SEO, you're helping a company, you're being competitive. You want to get on page 1. So that's the competitive nature of it that gets me going on it.
I have exactly the same feelings. So I often as well get up at 5 and finish at 8.
Yeah.
And I don't really feel so wiped out. But of course it depends. But over the weekends, do you work over the weekends as well?
No. I mean, for the weekends, I mostly well, that's when I'll record some videos, like other videos, like more of the if I'm doing any personal videos or whatever, like I'll record like my commercials and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll do some videos there. But for the most part, I do give myself that time. I'll go out or whatever. But I try to tend not to work on at least Sundays for sure. I try to keep Sundays free. All day. Yeah.
Sure. And now it's time for you to plug whatever you want to plug.
Well, I mean, thank you again, Olga, for having me on. I mean, for those that don't know the website, you can go SEO.video. You can email me at dre@seo.video. I'm on LinkedIn, linkedin.com/in/Paul Andre. I'm on Twitter, twitter.com/Paul Andre. Everything Paul Andre. You can at me on there. And for those that actually want, I know we need to talk too much about the actual even step-by-step checklist. I do have a free checklist for video SEO on the website. So go to SEO.video. It's one of the main links on the top header. I mean, the website is not that great. All right. It's a hodgepodge. Again, I just threw it there just so I had a website to go to. I mean, it's when I don't know if you noticed this, but for others, I've noticed that when you have clients and you have work, you do so much work for other people that sometimes you forget about yourselves. So I mean, right now it's I at least threw it up there. It's a bunch of SEO videos that I scraped from YouTube and put on there, mixed in my videos. So again, that's the strategy where I say you watch this video and you could see. So if you watch any of those videos and you see my videos, again, you're playing with that. People also watch algorithm there, so that's kind of like strategy what I'm doing there. But there is a free checklist on the very, very top. It says free video SEO checklist. Download it. It's free. It'll help you out. And I update it often. And that's kind of going to be the basis of my course I'll be putting out soon. and on how to do it. I'm going to talk about how to look good on camera, how to sweep on camera, how to do video marketing ads, all of the video SEO. So a whole video marketing package just for you. It's something that I do plan on hoping to launch in 2023.
Oh, so I definitely want to take that course. I definitely need this one.
Yeah, no, I mean it'll be something to help out everyone, starting from the cameras, starting to like even the production. I'm gonna go from like how to start, anything if you want to just get into video.
Yeah, that's cool, really cool. And can you tell me what do you think is the area of SEO that we don't pay enough attention to, and we should be like focusing more on?
Well, like again, it's exactly the topic of our whole subject here, and what a lot of people are missing out on is that using SEO, using video for SEO. So that's what for all the SEOs out there. I mean, if you're not playing with video yet, you're missing out. I mean, there's video carousels out there. If you haven't noticed, Google is launched their video indexing within the Google Search Console, so that they're very, very paying close attention to videos. They're indexing TikTok videos. You can see Instagram videos. So being sure that you have videos to upload and post, so they'll show up on Google is something that you guys are missing out on. So be sure to get on that in 2023.
Okay, and can you share the last advanced SEO or SEO video tip, something you haven't shared yet?
Okay, so
I will make a short out of it.
All right, guys. If you guys one advanced tip for all those for y'all SEOs out there, if you're not doing this, it's something called the old school blog and ping method. If you're pushing out content, make sure you submit it to Search Console. Be sure to ping it, whether it's some pinging service and stuff like that. But take it a step further. If you have backlinks, ping those backlinks, so Google crawlers can see it and crawl those links and go back to your site to actually know it. So being able to index your backlinks and ping your backlinks is a good way to go on getting ranking.
Wow. Okay. Thanks. I think it was under 1 minute, so it's ideal. Okay. So I think that's kind of it. If there are any closing thoughts, words of wisdom, can you share something?
No, thank you, Olga, so much for your joining me to your podcast, your video show. Thank you so much. I totally appreciate it.
Oh. Thank you.
I commend you, and thank you for bringing me on as when you're very first guest on here.
Yeah, I still feel a bit awkward, but I hope, yes, especially after I take your course, it will become better and better. So thank you for sharing so many knowledge bombs with me. This is of course insane.
Love it. But hey, you're a natural. I mean, once you keep on doing this more, by the time you get my courses out, you're probably already a professional. So I mean, you're doing really well right now. So again, it's all about practice. It's all about if you're doing this consistently every week, and I tell you this. You have to watch your own videos. You have to rewatch it all the time. So
I hate doing that.
No, you have to. And then also have people give you honest feedback. So I'm part of a mastermind group where I ask them hey, give me your honest opinion. Please, let me know what's annoying you, what you're doing. So people would say hey, you're looking after the camera a lot, or you're playing with your headphones a lot. So I didn't know I was doing that. Even though when I was watching it myself, I didn't realize I was actually
see that.
Yeah, it was weird because I guess it's me doing so. Getting another opinion from whether it's a group you talk to, just get them to watch it and give you some honest feedback.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do that. Okay. So thank you again, and we'll see. I will see you in the next week with another interview. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye. See ya.